Hello, Shalom Aleichem. Once again, we have a learning from the Sefer HaMitzvos, Rambam. And anyway, there's a mitzvah of that if one sees somebody pursuing somebody else to possibly to kill them, it's a mitzvah to save the person that's being run after, that's being the nirduf, the one that's being pursued. And the first objective is to disarm the person, to wound the person. That's the let's say make sure that the person can't get to the person. But even if one has to kill the person, it's a mitzvah that one has to make sure that if somebody's running after somebody to kill them, it looks like they're trying to kill them, one has to stop the person. So the first is to try to wound them, to make them incapacitated. But even to the point of killing them, God forbid, it's a mitzvah to save the person that's being pursued. And let's take a look over here. One moment. Here, let's see. It comes from the pasuk here. This is the Sefer HaMitzvos, Rambam. And here's the pasuk that it comes from. Ki notzu anoshim yachtav, ish v'ochiv, v'korba eshes so echad lahatzil es isho, miyad makehu, v'sholcha yodo v'chazika b'mabushov. If two men are in combat, they're arguing and possibly fighting, battling together, a man and his brother. So one of the wife of one of them gets involved and comes close to save her husband, miyad makeo, from the one that's hitting him. And she stretches out her hands, and she grabs him in the private area. So it says one should cut off eskapo, her hand. We'll see what that means, what it means in a minute. Lo sachos einecha. We'll see what the Rashi says. Lo sachos einecha. One should not, you shouldn't have pity on the person. In other words, one objection is if one sees somebody trying to kill somebody, God forbid, one has to save that person. So at first one tries to wound the person, as we said, as we learned. Then after that, even if one has to kill the person, God forbid. Let's see what it says here in the Rashi. Ki notzu anoshim, sofan lavo lidei makos. If the people are arguing strongly, the end will be that they will come to makos, to hitting each other, to makos. Commotion amar, because it says commotion amar, as it says, miyad makehu, from the one that is hitting. The woman is trying to save her husband from the one that's hitting him. Ein shalom yotze mitoch yidei matzos. Ein shalom bo yotze. The shalom does not, peace does not come mitoch yidei, from hands matzos. That can be looked up. It can be learned. Sifrei Reish Lamed Beis. Okay, but anyway, one has to, if somebody's trying to kill the other person, so one first has to try to wound the other person, and then even to the point of killing. But of course, that's like the very, very last resort. Let's see what it says, the second pasuk. V'katzoso eskapa, cut off her hand. Let's see what it means by this. So it says mamon. Mamon Demei boshto. Mamon is money. Money. He, the person that she put her hands by his private areas. So she has to pay Mammon the worth of his being embarrassed. In other words, that's somehow assessed how much it is. Hakol lefi hamavayish v'hamisbayish. Everything is according to is calculated hamavayish, the embarrassment, v'hamisbayish, and the one that's being embarrassed. Mevayish v'hamisbayish. Oh, eino elo yodo mamish, or could it be that that cut off her hand literally? Ne'amar kan. It says over here, lo sachos. It says over here, lo sachos. One shouldn't have mercy. One shouldn't, in other words, turn your head away from it. In other words, one should, if one sees somebody going to kill somebody else, one has to become involved and do what one can to save the person. So it says, lo sachos. One should not have mercy. It says in another place, the Adam Zomim, by witnesses that are trying to frame somebody, lo sochos. They're trying to get him to do something that he didn't. They're trying to give testimony that will convict this person of something he did not do. That's called Adam Zomim. So it says over here, lo sachos, that one shouldn't have mercy. In other words, one has to go and try to save the person. It's a mitzvah.